Hello all. For those of you that are new here, my name is Sophie. I am a mixed media slash multidisciplinary artist, currently focusing on textile art. I wanted to kind of do like a little, I don't know if it's like a vlog or like an artist diaries kind of thing, but I'm spending the week outside of New York City. I'm back at my parents' and I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I got from an amazing trip to a secondhand art store. It's in upstate New York in Peekskill. It's called Retake Remake. It is literally like one of my guilty pleasures, like one of my favorite places to go. And today was fantastic. So feel free to make yourself a drink and start a creative kind of project. And I'm gonna talk you through and kind of go through what I got. I am drinking a coffee out of my new thrifted owl mug. I'm obsessed. I love it. I actually got my mom a mug that is actually shaped like an owl. And then I saw this and I was like, this is just, I don't know. I just love it. It's also ergonomic. I have like a thing for ergonomic vessels, whether it's like a bowl or like a plate or like a mug, and like this one is just like super nice. So I love thrifting some nice mugs. So this is my new owl mug. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee, flip the camera around, and we can take a look at some new things that I'm going to go haywire making a whole bunch of stuff with. Okay, so I've organized this haul into piles, and then I obviously have to show you the bread bin that I found at the art store, which I think is fantastic. I may actually use it for bread, or I also figure it's like a cat safe kind of thing to hold maybe balls of string or things that the cat kind of goes after quite often. So I'm really pleased with this. It was $4 and it's wood. It's like nothing fancy. I have to oil the hinges just a teeny bit. I don't even know. Oh, it's not on a hinge. It's on like a peg. Anyway, it's fine. I really like it. Simple and useful. So I'm going to start off with trims. So I got these vintage trims, 6 yards. $3. These are great for eco dyeing, and I also just use like so many trims in my work, and I think I have something similar to this, but 6 yards is a good amount, and I figure that that could be just a really good thing to have in my stash. So that's one thing. They had a roll of this is linen actually, and they had a roll of like a lot of yards. I think it was 12, but I found a smaller bolt that's 4 yards, and it's a neutral color. These will look great on pillows. These will look great on handbags, just as like a little extra kind of fun thing. They're also like really good fabric and like a really good feel, so I'm super happy with those. On my list was bag hardware. I found these really cool beaded like handles for a cute little bag. So they did have two of them, but I bought one because I like keeping things kind of original, and I don't really like repeating and making the same things over and over again. So I got one of those. And then for just like fabric straps that I make, I got some metal just like bag hardware. I thought these were kind of cool. I don't really know what these are, but I figure I can use them. If anybody knows what these are, I'm thinking they're just like this, but you put it on the sides and you attach the straps to them, but in a different cool kind of shape. And so I got a few of those, so that was really good. Then for like couching down fibers, usually I don't do the yarn section, but I really loved this. It's so soft. It also has this kind of really fun kind of texture, petal-like texture to it. I think I can do a lot with it. Also, I love the colors. So this was 50 cents for the whole bundle, and yeah, I'm excited about that. I also got some of this soft kind of yarn. I just think it's really pretty. I think I can do a lot of things with it. I really like couching fibers down onto my artwork, so I got that one, and then I got this one. This you can actually also sew with, and I'm gonna get into the needles that I got because I'm gonna try and start stitching with some different fabrics as opposed to just couching them down. Last time I went to the store, I did get a bunch of needles, but they weren't the correct ones, or they didn't work for me. So I found these huge needles, and I just went for it. I think that they'll be good for the sari silk also. Let me see if I can get one out here. Yeah, and they're super sharp because I think the ones that I had gotten were blunt, and so they were more for like cross stitch or like needle point, and they wouldn't go through the fabric. And so these are super sharp and they have huge eyes. So I'm really, really happy about these. I also splurged and got for $1 2 packs of size 16 beading needles. I go through a lot of beading needles. They're so thin and they warp really quickly, so they maybe will last me 1, maybe 2 projects. And so these have 6 in each packet, and they're the perfect size, so I bought 2 of them. I'm really happy with that. I got some embroidery crewel needles. I have a bunch of these, but you can never have too many, right? They do look like a couple of them are a little funky at the bottom, but most of them look pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And then I got another set of some thicker needles, which I just also, it's like you never know. And I find that like when I hand stitch, my needles go quite blunt after a while. I don't know, I just feel like it's always good to have some extras. So for that price, I was quite happy. In terms of threads, they didn't have a huge amount there. They did have this DMC pearl thread, which was, it's a great color, and I checked the strength on it. The last few rolls that I bought were kind of aged, and they're not super strong, but this one felt super strong to me, as did this one, which also looks like it's variegated. And so I'm happy with that. This one is not DMC, but I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's really pretty. It's a contrasting color, so that's great. Then onto some vintage finds. I found this vintage trim. It's 27 inches. I just thought it's so pretty. I love that aged kind of color. There's like a floral design. It's super fine and delicate, and I love that. And then this is like to die for. This is like a antique pink floral lace trim. I'm going to be very precious about this one, I can already tell. So that's that. And then I got this vintage doily. Whenever I find a fun vintage doily, I pick it up. I loved this. I love the shape. I love the scalloped edges. There is one teeny brown mark here, which may or may not drive me crazy. I may eco-dye it. Now that I'm back home, I might spend some time eco-dyeing some materials. I have a basket that I left downstairs that's full of materials that I wanted to eco-dye, so I may get on with doing that, so we'll see. Then completely off topic, but absolutely crazy, unbelievable cool, is this like weird, I think it's like a Christmas ornament. I don't even celebrate Christmas, but it is just the cutest thing I ever saw. So when you like when you pull the string, he like makes a funny, he does like a funny dance. And this is gonna be getting hung up in my house. I think it's so, so cute. He's got a teddy bear. I love it. So that's like just a fun buy for myself. Then I got some vintage Velcro. The Velcro that I have has sticky tape on the back and it ruins my needles. I've ruined so many needles. This is Sew On. Also, it's like a nice neutral color, so I think that that's really good to have. It comes in a strip, so I'm quite happy with that. I did get this vintage 1970s size large pattern. I love the way these two dresses look. The only problem is that I didn't look properly. And I thought, oh, size large, like that's great. A large is not my size. So 16 to 18 is a large. So I'm more of the small, or even petite. But I'm gonna try and maybe make one anyway. The bust measurements and the waist measurements and the hip measurements. I mean, I think that it's I think maybe I'll try it, or maybe I can try and then adjust it. So we'll see. I've never done a pattern before. I might just even look at the pictures and see if I can recreate it. So I don't know. I just thought that it was really cool. So I picked that up for $1. They have all these bags there of people's abandoned projects. So I bought a while ago a bag of vintage Suffolk puffs that someone had made, and I've used them in a lot of my work. And then when I saw these, I just I had to get them. These are crocheted, which is not an art that I partake in. Actually, don't kill me. I don't know if they're like crocheted or knitted, but they're these like different floral pinwheel kind of designs. The yarns are super high quality and like really soft, and the colors are just like, I just love them. There's like some neutrals, there's some bright colors, there's big ones, there's small ones. And so I'm thinking of like how I can layer and use these to make some really cool floral botanical inspired pieces. I mean, I also just really like being able to make like a bag of something that's like so like unfinished, turn it into something that is finished, like that the work was, it was like worthwhile for someone to make this, like because I'm gonna do something and make it into something amazing, or at least that's the hope. But yeah, I just really love these. I opened the bag when I was there and I felt the yarn and I was like, okay, these are high quality. Someone put a lot of effort into this, and like I really love these. So I'm definitely gonna be using these in a bunch of different upcoming projects. So this was $3 for the whole bag, and I'm really happy with that. Do I need fabric? No. Do I have like a crazy stash of fabric like some people that I've seen? No. But I figured, you know what, like I'm not going to be back up state in a while, and so I might as well just kind of go haywire with it. So first off, I picked up this Aida fabric. It took me like a minute to find one that I liked. Some of them are like really plasticky and gross. This one is really soft and really nice. It's a nice sized roll. It's 50 cents. Yeah, I'm gonna do some cool stuff with this, I think. Then I went to the scrap bins. Each of these rolls was 50 cents. I just love this. I don't know why. I just love it. It's cotton. It's just funky kind of 70s vibes, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think it would make a great pillow back. I think it would make a great looking bag. I think it would make great looking anything. So that's one roll. I got this. It's like a very small piece of fabric. I don't care because it's just fun. It's not cotton. It's some sort of weird synthetic material. I really don't care. The back is cool. The front is cool. It's all cool. So I can definitely see myself using this for something. Yeah, I super dig this. So that was another buy. Then I went on to the yard, like the measured yardage fabrics. So obviously like a carpet bag fabric. I thought this would make a super cute bag, similar to one that I made. I think you can see it in one of my other videos. I love the floral design. I think it would also make some cute pillows as like a background. So that's one. I went super neutral with this one. This is like a really nice cotton. It almost feels like a baby blanket or like some sort of like a really, I don't know, just really soft material. I think if I start making clothes, like I would want my clothes to be made out of something like this. So yeah, it's like almost like a gauzy kind of material. Anyway, so I picked this up. We'll see what is going to be used with that. Oh, this was another scrap. I think it's just like I like these dark greens and these like weird flower patterns. They're fun. So that's another 50-cent scrap that I picked up. This is also a cotton. I love this design. I think it's so, so pretty. The colors are neutral, which I like. It's got flowers, it's got swirls, it's got spirals, and it's like a nice amount of yards. So I figure I can do quite a bit with this. Again, like if I'm gonna be trying to make some clothes or a skirt or something like that, like I love this material for that. Then I got a huge piece of linen. I'm not actually sure. It wasn't labeled as linen. It definitely feels quite like linen to me. I like the kind of roughness a little bit. And I also like that it's a neutral color. I think that sometimes like working on something that looks like a blank canvas is nice because you can kind of add a lot of interest. So I picked this one up also. So that's that. And then I went to some smaller pieces. These are like fat quarters and measured yardage. So again, this little green guy I loved. And I think that it's cotton. I think I'll use that. This one as well with stars. I also love this one. This is a fat quarter. Reminded me a little bit of William Morris. So I picked that up. Also another fat quarter. I love these kinds of like mandala 70s designs. So I got that one. This is like a speckled spray paint kind of thing. It looks like it might be a little bit stained in one spot, but that doesn't bother me. I can always cover it up. And yeah, I really, really like it. I thought it was fun. And this one I couldn't pass up on. I mean, it looks like someone took a marker and like batiqued and then drew on like an amazing piece of tie-dye fabric. So it's a little bit out there, but I think I can make it work. So this is the haul. It feels like so much stuff, but I know it's not actually like that much. I'm excited to kind of get it back and, start organizing everything in my space. So that should be exciting. And yeah, if you guys are ever in upstate New York in Peekskill, it's a place called Retake Remake. I highly, highly recommend it. It's super organized. It has a bunch of really high quality and vintage goods, some random amazing bread boxes and things of that sort. So definitely give them a visit and stay tuned for more of my creations. And thank you guys so much for watching.